Hey guys, so I was super grateful and fortunate to be given another creator pass for London MCM in October, and this time it was collaborating with EGX, something which was super exciting for me as a gamer and a streamer. I attended all 3 days and there was a few ups and downs. Thankfully, I would say probably mostly ups. Before I even got into the venue, someone from MCM wanted to film my Blitz cosplay and let me take a recording of my cursed antics. Although, due to how cursed, I don't think it made the cut. Sorry Blitz, too sexy for the content. We decided to shop the entirety of the Artist Alley on Friday, as artists aren't really like big retailers and can often sell out of some of their merch, and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss out on anything. I think Artist Alley is honestly always my favourite thing about any convention. It's so nice to see everyone's art and different styles and find some little pieces of merch of some of my rare and favourite fandoms. I'll honestly say as well, the space for the Artist Alley was the best to navigate, as it was laid out so well in rows that you could just go up and down, and it felt really easy to manage, so that was a big bonus. As I was in my new Blitz costume for Friday, I really wanted to go meet Brandon Rogers. Unfortunately, this was probably one of my least favourite experiences of the entire weekend. This is honestly no fault of Brandon, but at the first 2 hours we were queuing, we saw 2 people push in from the queue beside Brandon after there was a lot of us waiting in line. As Brandon had to do things such as photo shoots, panels, and just have a general break, the 2-hour queue turned out to be a near 4-hour queue. And as we were almost at the front, probably about 5 people to the front, 4 people from the other queue, yet again, after so many of us were waiting in line, pushed in. This honestly made me insanely angry. This, again, no fault of Brandon. We don't send anything negative to Brandon. He was probably very busy and didn't realise what was going on. No blame to him. But it was just so stressful. It became boring and all the emotions ran wild. The anger, the hunger, and it was probably the worst experience for me overall.
2 hours for 4 people to push in, and now we got a queue for another hour and a half. So this is my content. This is not what I intended to make, so...
I hope they realised they made several people's days really awful, and I hope they got their cosplays pooped on by pigeons. When it was finally our time to meet Brandon, the interaction was pretty quick, and he also wanted to take the selfies himself on everyone's devices, and all of which turned out blurry. Which means I had to use my favourite thing, AI, to try and fix them. Which made a terrible time already just that little bit more cruddy, and had I not just wanted to leave that queuing area so badly, I probably would have checked and asked could we retake them, but that was just on me, and I think the poor experience made that just ugh. After we escaped the queuing hell, we had a look around some of the vendors on the MCM side. It was nice to see a few cool displays, like this Pikachu, and this huge Little Nightmares promotional figure thing. Like, look at the size of this thing.
They brought back a few new game demos.
As being in Blitz was a lot of layers and the face paint, I was finding the MCM hall quite warm, so we decided to go check out the EGX side.
We're going into EGX.
This had a lot of gaming things, of course. There was things such as live gameplay of the Jackbox games, which I really regret not being able to do, as it's something me and friends have had fun with on streaming before, and it would have been just a bit of fun and looked really chill at the event.
They're playing jackpot games!
They also had a ton of pinball machines. Of course, Shrek. Retro games on any console you could think of, from a Sega Saturn all the way to a Nintendo Wii. Although some of the games I tried were unfortunately broken or just didn't respond very well.
It's broken again.
There was also a few food and drink vendors.
Found bubble tea. I want to suck on them balls. Juicy balls.
To the one side of the EGX hall, which surprisingly wasn't too busy every time we walked past it. I don't think we bought anything from them on the Friday, but you can kind of take a look at some of the stuff they had.
More manageable for my sensoriness.
It is!
Crammed.
You wouldn't think that for the gaming side.
After taking a little walk, we found my favourite thing, the Sneak Energy stand. I might be a bit biased being part of the Sneak Legion, but they're honestly just one of the best stands. They offer free drinks for you to try, providing you're over 16, a fun little game where you have to time the button presses, and you can try and win something if you get the best time.
Trying out new Sneak Phantasmagoria. It tastes like a cherry bakewell cake.
They also do some really great deals at the convention if you want to buy some Sneak, but they do always let you try before you buy. I always grab all the flavours as they're just so nice. I love you, Sneak. There was also another stand offering similar drinks to Sneak, which we got to try. It was very nice, but I won't betray my precious Sneak. We did do a little wandering around the EGX side. There was some stalls, which was nice.
The naughty north.
There was a mixture of everything on this side, however. There was artists, people selling handmade items, and general dealer tables selling, you know, official merch and Funkos and things like that. It was just a mix of everything. I felt like even though we spent a lot of time on the Friday mostly queuing, we did get to see a fair amount of the event for the first day, which by all the footage I ended up with was super nice. There was also this indie gaming stand thing which had like a graveyard setup, which I just thought was really fun for videos and photos, and it just looked really cool. Some of the gaming stands in the EGX side made a real effort in their displays to try and get people to try their games, and I've definitely made note of a few that I would like to check out. We did check out more of the gaming side on the other days, but for Friday we just got a little look around. And as we headed home feeling tired and, yeah, hungry, the Blitz cursedness didn't end, and honestly my makeup stayed on so well for the whole day. Like, just look at this angry Blitz, you know? So Saturday was next, and another day of face paint and boiling alive, but this time I was Alastor. After the experience we had with Brandon, we wanted to see Alex Brightman, who was Adam and Pentious in Has-Been Hotel, along with Fizzaroli in Hell of a Boss. We decided to do this first, and a huge shout out to the staff member Connor, who made Saturday run so much more smoothly and was so helpful. We got to meet Alex within the first hour of being there, and it was an amazing experience. He was also really kind enough to let us film me meeting him and did a ton of fun pictures together. He also kept doing the Pentious voice, which was so awesome and wholesome and just so much fun.
He's just a silly boy who wants friends.
We did a little bit exploring, but I did get stopped a fair bit as Alastor. We found this awesome mystery machine which I wanted to get photos and videos with, and just kept getting stopped. It was kind of funny. But Alastor is always so much fun to be, as he always smiles, and it generally makes me feel happier just because of that. As we were walking along, we came across an unexpected guest, which was Elsie Lovelock, who voiced Mommy Longlegs from one of my all-time favourite games, Poppy Playtime. She was somehow in the writers section, and I didn't see her announced online, but she was so sweet and had a card machine, which was so helpful, and her selfies were free.
Hello dear, it's Mommy Longlegs.
Oh wow.
She was also super lovely and let us film the interaction too, and just really fun to talk to. Someone did throw up in her queue though, which was super gross and kinda disrespectful, as they made no effort to clean it up or to find someone to help. No fault of the event or Elsie, just ew. Her queue was actually bigger than some of the guests they had in the signing area, so I definitely think she needed to be in that guest signing section. I mean, look at this we were waiting in. After that, we walked around a bit and I spotted an amazing Klonoa cosplayer, which I got this little video with. It was one of my favourite childhood games, and I think my favourite cosplays to see are always the obscure ones. The Bandai Namco stand had this incredibly huge dragon. I'm not sure if it was inflatable or just a big statue, but it was impressive either way. We had a look around the Bandai Namco stand, where they had a ton of claw machines. And even more gashapon machines. I spotted a couple of plushies that I wanted from the claw machines, so me and Dark, who was Husk, played the crane games to get some little Pac-Man plushies. But Husk and gambling, not a good mix. After that, we noticed another questionable spillage on the floor and just wanted to document that. we saw a sign on the floor for a cat, which must have been, you know, for Husk. We headed over to the EGX side again, and there was a different drink stand giving these little samples of a fizzy kind of milkshake. They looked like tiny cat bowls just for Husk.
Go on, Husk, you alcoholic.
That's good. I'm a loser, baby.
I wasn't a huge fan of this myself, but still tried to keep smiling as Alastor though.
I'm not sure what I think about.
The EGX side had some amazing stands, such as this figure stall selling these huge figures. They were so detailed, but just so expensive. We did check out a couple of the gaming things as well, such as the Niantic, which had Pokemon plushies and some free codes for Pokemon Go players. We also took a look at some of the indie games, and I kept a note of which ones I would like to check out. Finally, after the gaming antics, we headed back over to the MCM hall to meet the Avatar: The Last Airbender voice actors. Before we even got to the guests, a young boy wanted to show all the has-been cosplayers what Alex Brightman had written on his phone during the panel. Oh dear. His mother did assure us though he'd not seen Has-Been, and I think he was just proud that a celebrity signed his phone. Meeting the Avatar voice actors was so nice. They were all so friendly, and they all got to see my Avatar Azula cosplay, which I showed them on my phone. And nearly all of them said I looked like Grey, who voices Azula, which honestly, having met Grey is the hugest honour, and they were all just so lovely and fine with us filming as well, which is just so sweet and always a positive.
There's a certain amount of wrinkling that is expected with it to happen, but you're trying to avoid as much as possible. Now, here we go. Do you promise not to burn, blow away, or otherwise harm this cabin? You are the guardian of this cabin. Please treat it well, and do not eat it. Loves cabbages. Tell them. Their lenses are under fresh. I swear.
I didn't film as much on Saturday as it is the busiest day, but overall I really enjoyed the Saturday. So the final day had approached, and Sunday I had a bit of a challenge for myself. I brought along 3 outfits, and I started off as Eileen in her bloodied bandaged version, as we hope to see Lisa Ortiz again. My friend wanted his game cover signed, as I'd got mine the last time I met her, and she wasn't there in the morning, so we went on a little shopping spree. We came across a hilarious Mr. Blobby cosplay, and again, honestly the obscure and funny ones are always my favourites. After that, we went to meet the guests. Lisa had arrived, so we went to go and meet her and get some pictures, and she was just as lovely as the first time I'd met her. We also went to meet Billy West, who voiced a lot of characters in Futurama for my friend. He was kind enough to also let us film and was very friendly and welcoming. I would honestly love to meet more voice actors from Matt Groening things, especially Simpsons, and especially Homer. After that, we had finally met all the guests that we set out to see, so we could just go around, do our own general con antics. So many cool cosplays around for the Sunday, but some of them, look how huge! How did they move? We went back to the milkshake stand to try a different flavour, and the one I tried was worse.
Trying this thing, and it smells like washing powder. No, I hate that. I'm gonna drink it because it's free, but nah, the milk, whatever it is, the original, not for me.
So to take the taste away, we went to the Player Ammo drink stand and got a nice few drinks from them.
Yeah, whatever that was nice.
And of course, as we were leaving, we noticed the Snake Bunny and had to go get some cool video with the Snake Bunny. I kind of felt done with Eileen for that time, so I went to go and change into my classic Maria. We also noticed there was a lot of panels going on over the weekend. I'm not really a panel person, as I find my concentration not that great, but they seemed really interesting and super busy at least. As it was very warm and quite busy on the Sunday, we went back to the drinks area, and Mogu, I think that's how it's said, were offering some testers of the flavours, and these were amazing. And of course, we had to try the sneak button game again too. I actually beat it, but not quick enough. After we had hydrated and got our sneak fix, I spotted an absolute gem, Poppy playtime. So had a little break to sit down and try out these gaming mouse and keyboard. I really liked the keyboard, but I really found the mouse way too sensitive, and even with the game's sensitivity settings, it was just too sensitive for me. Having another little walk around after our gaming break, there was a wall where people were drawing memes, writing their usernames, and I thought we had to join in, just writing usernames and cursed content. I also thought I'd do a cursed social experiment of Angry Maria doing the airport walk to see if people moved out of the way. And they did. This was literally a joke, it just seemed funny. After this, I did switch to my remake Maria, but I didn't get much footage as I think we were starting to get a bit tired, as it was really quite busy on a Sunday. Something we absolutely adored and loved the idea of was this reset room. It was a quiet and dark space where you could just go and relax for a few minutes if needed. Honestly, I think this is something more conventions need, as just the quiet and lack of bright lights for a while was really helpful. As the convention was coming to an end and it was getting much more hot and crowded, we grabbed ourselves a bubble tea, which was a 4 out of 10 at best. It was kinda watered down. By the end of the con, we saw an old man drive into the barrier area, which was something. And waved our flag goodbye to MCM and EGX. I honestly had such a fun time and met some amazing guests over the weekend. I'm so grateful and thankful MCM keep giving me these passes and opportunities to attend. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you again to my friend Dark for helping me film, putting up with my cursedness, and yeah. If you went to MCM, please let me know what your highs and lows were, and don't forget, give this video a like and subscribe. Feel free to check out all my other links. Okay,